Madam Chair and Ranking Member, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you for having this hearing. Mr. Madrid, how can the Office of Entrepreneurial Development increase their coordination with HBCUs and minority serving institutions?
Thank you. Thank you, Congressman, for that question. HBCU outreach, engagement, and application of engagement, meaning results and action, is very, very important to the administrator. It's important to our agency and definitely resonates at the Office of Entrepreneurial Development. We're excited to see with the SBDC network that there's over 30 service centers. And just as a frame of reference, there's over 900 service centers. There's over 30 that are implanted in the HBCU environment. We need to do more, frankly. And we are working here. This office knows under this leadership that we want documented results. Certainly our role into the platform EDMIS from a legacy system to next generation reporting is going to help us with that. And on the WBC side, we're extremely excited that so a number of new WBCs have been implanted in HBCU environments. So that in of itself, I think speaks volumes in terms of action. But we've got to do more, and that extends itself to MSIs, to tribal colleges and universities, to Hispanic serving institutions. But we're very, very excited on the progress from HBCUs, and you'll definitely be learning more from it with
Excellent.
Our implementation of the Community Navigator pilot as well.
Thank you. Let me ask you this, and I appreciate that, and that's incredibly important, particularly to my district. But tell me, what can we do as members of this committee, or me as a member of Congress on the ground in Louisiana with multiple HBCUs in my district? What can I do to assist you or to advance this very noble cause?
Congressman, we would be happy to work with you. And so if you have nuances, sometimes being on the ground, what I've learned in my 15 years of supporting small businesses, specifically before that, I was in the banking industry, is I come back to that premise of being on the ground. And so if we're several states away, we want to know what's happening. So we'd be happy to work with your office on nuances that are specific on your ground.
Fantastic. I got two quick questions I want before my time runs out. Tell me about the reentry entrepreneurship counseling and training program, because that's something also very important. We know that we have to do something different for our recently incarcerated individuals if we expect them to be able to survive in mainstream America. So share with me a little bit about where you're going there and how those programs are working.
Absolutely, Congressman. Thank you for that question. The best way to approach this question is from an example, frankly. I'll point to an entrepreneur, Larry, who was formerly incarcerated in prison 20 years for a first offense, nonviolent crime. And with the help of the SBDC in Nashville, all Larry has done is launch his new business in the waste removal industry. And now they are working together to try to, he is trying to obtain a line of credit. So we are committed here at OED to expand the footprint of our resource partners and also to start the process before release. That's very, very important. We've got to be as entrepreneurial as our small business owners. And we look forward to this particular population contributing toward the economy. So starting before their release and structured programming.
And I don't want to cut you off, but I got just about less than a minute. So two quick questions. One is, we have a program in Louisiana called First 72. It's a program that in that significant period of the first 72 hours of someone being recently incarcerated, their programming set up. I'd love to offline have a conversation with you to talk about the merits of this program in Louisiana and see if there may be some practices that they have that you can use, or maybe some best practices you can share with them to improve on them. So lastly, real quick with my last 30 seconds, there were several organizations in my district that applied for Community Navigator pilot competitive grants. If an organization in my district wasn't selected, will they have an opportunity to apply again for this funding in the future?
Thank you, Congressman. Look forward to hearing more about First 72. And the Community Navigator program is a pilot. So the imagined statement is that it's institutionalized in some way, shape, or form. If it's done through Congress, we're happy to execute it. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you. Are you back, ma'am?